Hey, so we're gonna do a mixed class today, and I wanna focus on maybe some upper back, chest openers, maybe stuff for our shoulders and neck a little bit. And I don't know, 45 or so minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I know that the light isn't ideal right now, but this is the time that I had to do this, and maybe it'll be okay if there's some shadows on the wall. Okay, and hopefully it won't be too crunchy on my gravel over here. Okay, how are you? You doing okay? October's kind of a nice month. Yes, I like October. Okay, let's start, let's start seated today. And we'll just focus on our breath here for a bit. So start to take some nice deep breaths, some nice Ujjayi breaths. Okay, beginning to tune out the other noises from your day. For me, it is traffic outside my courtyard on my busy street. With every breath, feel your rib cage expanding and contracting. Let's feel our shoulders relaxing just a little bit more. Maybe even our jaw and around our eyes relaxing just a bit more as we breathe. Okay, let's take our right ear to our right shoulder and just feel how that is lengthening that left side. And then make a half circle over to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Feel how that lengthens the right side of your neck. Let that right shoulder relax. Okay, chin to chest. And bring the head up. Okay, let's take both arms up. Inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to take your hands back behind you. Roll your shoulders back. Let the chest open. Nice deep breath. And then bring your arms forward. Okay, take the right arm under the left, or left arm under right. It doesn't matter. Elbows forward. Stretch. Exaggerate that. Okay, let's do the chest opener again. Hands back. And you're going to open the chest. And then other arm underneath this time. Right at the elbow, you're going to wind up and round your back. And then inhale, take the arms up. One more time back. For now, lift the chest. All right, let's take the arms out to the sides. And again, your shoulders are nice and heavy. And then you're just going to lean over to one side, take the other arm up and over. And come back up. Other side. And come back and roll those shoulders around. All right, let's go on to all fours. And we'll do some cat stretching here. On your inhale, lift the chest, lift the tail. And on your exhale, let's round up here. Okay, and again, inhale. Focusing on that spinal mobility, exhale. So pay attention to what is happening with each part of that spine. One more time, inhale. And exhale. All right, sit your hips back on your heels and stretch your arms forward. Chest can go down. Forehead can go all the way down. Inhale up to all fours. Okay, let's tuck the toes now, and we'll go to downward facing dog. Okay. And on this first one, okay, or any one for that matter, let's alternate the heels down. All right, and then now let's bend both knees and press the chest back. Okay, roll forward to plank. And I will be posting either before or after I post this video, not sure yet the order, and back, but I will be putting up a downward facing dog tutorial this month as well. Roll forward. So that kind of goes in that vinyasa series that I've been putting on the last couple months of up dog, chaturanga. Now we're going to do down dog this month. Okay, look up at your thumbs and tiptoe forward. Bend your knees, look out in front of you, and then exhale, let's fold down. Okay, now we're going to roll all the way up to standing, rolling all the way up. Shoulders can roll down. And we'll do some standing things together. Okay, let's inhale, I'll face you. Inhale, take the arms up. You're gonna hold on to your left wrist, and exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale up, hold your right wrist. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale up, let's take both arms down, and we'll do some big shoulder rolls. For this, I'm gonna turn sideways. You're gonna round your back, take the arms up and open. Good, let's do that again. Arms forward. I have to mind my microphone cord here. And open. Okay, and again. With your right hand, hold your left arm behind your back. Tug that shoulder down a tiny bit, and once again, take the right ear over the right shoulder. And then now let's turn and look down toward the ground. And again, because today's class is focusing on upper back, neck, and shoulders, ear to shoulder, try to add some extra attention, extra relaxation there. Bring the head up. Left hand around the right wrist, left ear to left shoulder, and then turn and look down. Okay, left ear to left shoulder, and bring the head up. Inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, let's dive forward. Okay, in this forward fold, we're going to hang out here for a bit. We're going to relax. Sometimes when we do this in a relaxed way, it's called waterfall pose. So I want you just to maybe think about that. Some water running off of your back, off of the back of your head and the top of your head. Everything's just hanging. And we're going to go around to the right side now. You could just be holding onto your elbows. You don't have to be having hands on the floor. And then go over to the left. And then come back to center. All right, right foot is going to stay forward. Left foot is going to go back. We're going to do those low lunges, those rocking lunges that we do quite a bit for warm-up. Okay, focusing on drawing the chest forward as you press that left hip forward. Okay, and then rock back, getting the hamstring, keep the chest forward. And one more time coming back here. Keep your left hand under your shoulder, right hand either to your low back, or if you've been moving a lot today already, you feel warmed up, feel free to take that arm all the way up if you want to. Okay, both hands down, and we're just going to walk to the other side, just walk around. Okay, so now we're taking the lunge on the other side, and we're going to stay here for a bit. You can always lower all the way to the knee if you like that. And then you're going to rock back now. And come forward one more time. Right hand is going to stay under your shoulder. Left hand can either go to your back or it can go up. both hands down, and then let's walk around to the front again and hang out one more time. I think I'll hold my elbows this time and just focus on the relaxation of letting my neck and head just hang. Okay, and you should be able to move your head yes and no in this shape. Little bit of work for the upper back now. You're going to come halfway up and feel free to bend your knees. A lot of us are going to need to bend our knees for this. Left hand is going to go to the back and we're going to twist. We did that in the lunge as kind of a warm up. Okay, now if you want, if you try to touch the sky or the ceiling if you're inside, really reach for it away from the ground. You're going to feel those strong upper back muscles working, those muscles that help us stand up straight. Okay, left hand down, right hand either to the low back or maybe it's going to start there and then up. And really reach away from the floor. Okay, both hands down. Turn your toes to the corners out to the diagonal. Take the heels of your hands and press them on the insides of your knees. Lift the chest. We're going to stretch the same muscles that we're just working. You're going to press your left shoulder down towards your right foot. And now we're going to press the right shoulder down toward the left foot. And then come back to center. And you're going to roll back up to stand. Okay, triangle pose, right side. Arms are going to stretch out. Reach past your right foot. The hips go back. Right hand down, either onto the shin, okay, or you can go all the way down, or maybe you have a yoga block here. But again, try to focus on the reach up and those back muscles working rather than trying to lean down on your leg. Maybe don't even have that hand on anything, just have it in the air. And then inhale, come on. Both feet forward and curl your fingers into fists. And we're going to push the hips forward and pull the rib cage down in the front. We're trying to wrinkle our shirt. And that's a really nice hip flexor stretch, which helps to mobilize the back a little bit better. It's all related. Come back up. We're going to turn the left leg out. And then arms out. You're going to reach past the left foot and then down and up. You can't see him because he's off camera, or her. There's a crow that is very curious about what is happening, watching me from a branch in my pine tree and being very vocal about it. Okay, let's come back up. Both feet forward. Interlace your fingers, knuckles down, lift the chest. And you're going to hinge forward now and let your arms go over your head. And then inhale, come back up and bring your feet together. All right, another side stretch. You can go to the top of your mat. I'm going to stay here. Left hand goes onto your left hip, right arm up. You're going to move both hips over. This is crescent pose. Both hips over as you stretch that side, focusing on the waist and wherever else you feel it. Right hand to your right hip, left arm up, everything up and over. And inhale, let's come back up. Okay, go to the top of your mat, and I'm going to switch which is the top of my mat here. Okay, so top of the mat, and we'll go to chair pose. I'm going to take my feet wide for this one, taking the arms up. You're going to sit back. Such a great pose to strengthen our upper backs. Okay, and we'll just try it on at first, so just a breath here. Okay, now come back up. Utkatasana, and your legs might be together, knees together, or hip width apart like mine. Sit back. Let's focus on the shoulders on this pose today. Okay, come back up. Take your arms where they need to be for you to keep your shoulders down. Do it one more time. So you may have to have your hands a lot wider to keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Now let's try to back those thumbs up so you feel those muscles right inside your shoulder blades working, and then roll them down. So those shoulder blades are rolling down like we're trying to put them in our back pockets. And then stand up. All right, so these muscles right here should have gotten a little tired from that. Next version of chair. Knees together, toes together, and you're gonna separate your heels a little bit to get those knees together so your feet are turned in. You're gonna take the arms up again. Let's take the palms together this time, even if you have to bend the elbows to make that happen. Okay, you're gonna twist to the right and use those back muscles and now also your abs to help you rotate even more. If you want, you can open those arms again using those upper back muscles. You could even look up if you want to. And that's especially nice if you're outside to look up at the sky or trees or whatever's there. Okay, hands together. Inhale, stand all the way up. Lean back so that you open the chest and the belly, but support that with the abs. And then other side, you're gonna have toes together, knees together, twist. With the option, right, to go here. Palms together, all the way up. To stretch the backs of your arms, let's take the thumbs back and touch the spine. Inhale, arms up. Separate the arms, exhale, let them come down. Interlace the fingers behind your back, knuckles down, roll your biceps out. Nice opener for that epigastric area here, the top of the rib cage. Nice stretch to the shoulders. All right, and let that go. Okay, a little bit of movement. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's step the left foot back into a lunge. Okay, we're gonna ground that that left heel now and take the arms back, and then they're gonna come all the way up. I'm gonna go around my lime tree, all the way up. Good, warrior one. Okay, now let's take the elbows out. That way we can focus on the form of the spine in this pose. We're gonna, with the arms out to 90 degrees here, spread your fingers so you feel the muscles in both arms working. And then take the outside edge of that left foot all the way onto the mat so your knee isn't caving in. It's back here. And then tuck your tail under you with your lower belly. Pull under so you're nice and stable, nice and grounded in that warrior pose. Then the option now to take the arms back up, shoulders grounded and pulled down away from the ears. And some people like to have their palms together. Integrity and space right here. So we're not sinking, we're grounded. So lower body is grounding, upper body is lifting up. So it's very dynamic and strong. Okay, let's take the hands down and go back to plank. You have the option to take a vinyasa here if you want to. That's chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or you can just go right to downward facing dog. Walk both feet forward. Inhale to a half lift. Step your right foot back now into the low lunge. You're going to ground the right heel. Your back foot is at about 45 degrees. And then you're going to take the arms up. You can take them back and up like I said at first, to the sides, as long as they go up in a supportive way that is not stressful to your back. And let's go here again, setting it up the same way. Fingers spread. I'm going to take the outside of that right foot firmly on the mat. I'm gonna hug my right kneecap with my quad, and I'm gonna draw the left knee forward without putting any more weight on those left toes. I'm tilting the pelvis with my lower belly to lengthen my lower back so I don't feel like I'm sinking. And then the dynamics of reaching, grounding, grounding, lifting. Also this month, we're going to have a conversation about music because I know that it can be really nice, and of course I am not allowed to play music in these videos for copyright issues, but I will give you some suggestions this month. All right, hands down, and let's step back to plank. Option to do that vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Okay, forward into plank. We're going to do some core work now. Core work is always good to do to support our back health. We're going to take the right leg out. You could always put that left knee down if you want to, okay? So we're in plank or all fours. Let me check my form here. All right. And you're going to bring that right knee across to your left elbow and then down to your left wrist, okay? And just back up to the elbow today, down to the wrist, elbow, wrist. Nice job. Now, take that leg way up. You're going to bend the knee and open the hip. And then put that foot down. Okay, let's come all the way into plank and then lower all the way to our belly. Have a little break from that plank shape. And then, of course, we're going to do the other side. So for now, you're going to take your arms back. And on your inhale, we'll lift up into locust pose. So we're going to roll the shoulders back all the way up. Squeeze your lower legs together like you're squeezing a yoga block. Now take your thumbs back like you're squeezing them closer together as well. Focus coming into the midline of your body, maybe more than the focus on height. And exhale, come down, hands in plank. You're going to push up to all fours, then plank, downward facing dog. Okay, get that lower belly pulled up and in. You're going to come back into plank. Left leg out. Okay, left knee goes to right elbow, down to right wrist, up to right elbow, down to wrist, elbow, and then back to down dog with the leg way up. Bend the knee and let that hip open. Okay, where we're going from here is you're going to bring the left knee back toward your chin like you're going to go into plank. You're going to step through, ground your right heel, and now we're going to warrior two. So we're going to come all the way up here. Okay, let's go to reverse warrior. And then back to warrior two. Right arm up, both hands down. Vinyasa is optional, or right two, downward facing dog. And we're going to lift that right leg. Bring it forward. Step between the hands. Plant that left heel down and windmill the arms to warrior two. All right, now tail is tucking again. Knees are pressing away from each other, spiraling back. And when that happens, the tail's going to want to lift again. So take it under you. Use your lower belly for that. And the arms are out, but they're also grounded. Those shoulders are strong and grounded. Reverse warrior. Same principles of grounding the lower body, lifting the upper body. You're narrowing your waist to do that. Hugging in and up. Back to warrior two. Let's take the left arm up, both hands to the floor, and you're going to step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. This is optional. You can go right to down dog. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's walk the feet forward. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take a flat back up to stand all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. A little bit of balance now. Let's do archer to start, because again, that's such a great one for the back. All right, archer pose. Pick your side you're going to do first. I'm going to stand on my right leg first. So we're going to hold one foot, point that kneecap down. If you want to take both hands back today, if you're feeling warm enough to do that, you could try that, okay? Just make sure that you get those shoulders down first. Otherwise, one arm is back, one is forward, and we'll just go for it here. Remember to breathe. And come back up. Okay, and release that. Okay, other side. I wanted to make sure that today's class was got a good amount of floor work, good amount of stretching in, so a little bit more strength though. All right, and come back up. And release that. Okay, now you're going to take your right arm up and your left arm down. We will turn this into a balance pose. If you have a strap, a yoga strap, you could use that here, okay, or anything, even if you have a towel nearby to make your arms longer. Good. And then we'll do standing pigeon. So you're going to take, so like I have my right arm up, left arm down, so I'm going to lift my left knee. You want to lift the opposite knee of the elbow that is up in the air, and then you're going to cross that ankle over your thigh, push the knee back, and then sit like you're sitting into chair pose. Okay, and then that it puts that left hip into pigeon, which I'm sure you're feeling that stretch in your left glute. Okay, now let's take the arms out, palms up, shoulders down. In fact, you can even bend those elbows a little bit to help you keep the shoulders down, and just work on the balance part of this, work on the sitting back. Okay, and then stand up. On the other side, I'm going to show you somewhere else you can go with that that's kind of fun. All right, so left arm up, right arm down. All right, you got that? You there? Let's take the right knee up. And then ankle over thigh, right above that knee. Press your right knee back and sit. Okay, arms out now. We're keeping the chest up, working on that upper back strength yet again. Okay, here's the fun thing you can do. Okay, you can either put your right hand on your foot and your left hand behind your back here, or you can go lower than that, elbow to foot. Which was a little bit of a sketchy proposition for me today. Okay, and then come out of the pose. Good job. Okay, I think I know about how long we've been going, but let me check. Yeah. Let's focus on some nice floor work now. Make this a good mix. We're going to come into a squat. And of course, a squat does do a lot for our hips, does a lot for our low back, but we can also now focus on that upper back if we take the shoulders down and lift the chest up. All right, let's have a seat now. And you can just take your legs out in front of you. Out here. Okay, walk the hips back, stretch your arms up, and you're gonna exhale, go forward. Okay, a couple thoughts on this one. You could be very rounded, make this more yin, make this more relaxed down here, or you could stay up, and then that is a little bit more strengthening for the muscles on either side of your spine. You can feel they're working quite a bit there. So it's up to you what your back needs today. Either way, it's a stretch to the hamstrings. Okay, you're gonna come up and you're gonna bend your right knee and put that foot pretty close to the hip. But again, depending on your knee situation, it could be out further away from you, or it could also be out to the side. It could be out here a little bit, and that each of those would be fine. Okay, you're gonna lift the chest, and then this left hand is gonna go back, and then the right elbow comes here. Sit up nice and tall and twist. So this is both a stretch and strength work for that upper spine. You're gonna come back to center and stretch your arm way up. Take the hand down. Stay on the same side. Don't switch sides yet. You're gonna put your right sole of your foot on the left inner thigh and move your hips back. Okay, now that right arm is gonna go up, and we're gonna come forward to the outside of that left leg somewhere. So now we're kind of twisting, and left hand might be here for light help. And then we're gonna bend that right elbow, taking our right ear toward the leg. Now you may feel as that right elbow bends forward into the space in front of you, you may feel that it is quite a good stretch near the shoulder blade again on that right side. And then come up, and then foot out. Okay, other side. So now left foot is here, here, over to the side, somewhere that works for you, and that you don't feel like you're gonna fall back. The other thing I suggest is when you're sitting like this, if you do have a hard time sitting up straight, feels like you're gonna fall, sit on a folded towel. That, even if it's just an inch of height, it can be really helpful. Okay, left arm stretches way up, and then elbow here, and we're gonna twist. All right, and then take that arm way up, and then back for support. Now we're gonna let this knee go to the outside and make any other adjustments we need to do to stay forward. Right hand is gonna stay back, left arm stretches up, comes across to the outside of the leg or the foot, wherever you reach, and you're twisting to the right. And then we're gonna bend that left elbow to lengthen the muscles around that left shoulder blade. I'm looking kind of back behind me toward my right thumb as I take my left ear down toward my right shin. and let that go. Use your postural muscles to come back up. Okay. Canal pose. You could substitute tabletop here. Canal is with straight legs. We're going to do it 3 times. Tabletop is with bent knees here. Okay, ready? I think my plywood's going to move when I do this. Inhale, lift up. Nope. Exhale, come down. Okay, and again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Knees. We're going to butterfly to the side. Holding your ankles, holding your feet, or being back here. Start to hinge forward if you would like to. The goal for this is to feel the sensation anywhere that the muscles are lengthening, maybe inner thighs. Okay, the goal is not to try to get anywhere. And let's come back up. Okay, you're going to take the legs out again. Different kind of twist. Twists are always great for spinal mobility, which is something we're focusing on today. Let's put left foot across right. You're either going to hug that knee with your elbow as you twist, or you're going to take this arm up and on the outside of your knee. And when you do that, if you then take your thumb down and push your palm away from you, it's another stretch to the upper back. So you have many, many options here on what feels comfortable for you. Okay, and we're not going to rely on that back hand very much. We're going to try to rely on our postural muscles, abs and back. Okay, you're going to keep your left leg where it is. You're going to untwist and take that arm up and back. Now you're going to bend the right knee and take that back towards your left hip. We're going to stack the knees. This is called cow's face pose, or sometimes shoelace pose. Okay. And you could leave the arms out today, or you can repeat some arms that we did at the very beginning of class, which is left knee on top. So left arm is going to go under, palms together, and you're going to round. So that's an option. Okay, coming forward is an option. Not doing the arms at all is an option, and just focusing on the hips. Always coming back as many times as it takes to clearing your mind with your breath. Each of these poses, each of these shapes that we make in the body in yoga is another opportunity to put your mind in what's happening, because they all feel different. Okay, let's shake that out. If you want to throw in another canal pose here, you can. I kind of like to open the front body anytime I've had it closed for several poses in a row. All right, now we're going to do the right foot across, and we're going to hug, or you're going to take the elbow to the outside, maybe even there. Deep belly breaths in a twist is a wonderful massage. Okay, let's come back. Stretch that left side up, and then you're going to stack your right knee on top of your left knee. Okay, and I don't always post videos in the order that I make them. So when I'm talking about things like a down dog tutorial, or I want to make a post about music selection, that might happen after this is already up. It might happen before, but I'm just saying it out loud to remind myself to do those things for you as well. So arms forward, right under left this time if you're adding the arms. Rounding the back to get that stretch if you want it. Maybe coming forward, maybe staying where you are. And come up. Okay, shake that out. And we are going to open the front body in a big way. It's going to start by kneeling in hero's pose. Okay, so this is hero's pose. Your knees may like this. Your knees may prefer to be up a little bit higher. You can choose that. Okay, I'm getting a cramp in my right foot, so let me address that. Okay, knees wide. Sorry about that little tug on the microphone. Okay, so knees wide, and you're gonna take your right hand back. This is optional. You know, you can just work on staying here and not doing the next part. If you are doing the next part, right hand back, tuck the tail, left arm forward, and then inhale, lift up. And then exhale it down, left hand back, right hand forward, tuck the tail, inhale, lift up. And come down. That felt good. Do you want to do it one more time, each side? Let's do that. Inhale, lift up. And exhale it down. Left arm back, right arm forward, tuck the tail, inhale, up. And exhale and come down. Good. All right, let's go all the way down and do some bridging. Okay, fingertips, brushing heels. You're going to tuck the tail and inhale, lift up. Interlace your fingers and walk those shoulders under you. Okay, now, again, we've talked about this a lot in the last few videos. You're going to squeeze like you're squeezing a yoga block and keep lifting off. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in just a second. Okay, let's walk the shoulders out and come down. Take a little break. So one thing that I had to let go of years ago as a teacher is trying to make the environment perfect for my students. That doesn't happen in a studio. That doesn't happen at our houses. Doesn't happen outside. Let's go into bridge again. And I'm laughing today because every semi-truck on the peninsula seems to be driving by outside right now. Tuck the tail. And keep lifting like you're squeezing that yoga block. You should feel your glutes and your hamstrings working quite a bit. That's a great thing about this shape. It's so good to strengthen the legs and hips. Okay, walk the shoulders out and come down. And I know some of you are going to want to go into full bridge. Been offering that a lot lately. It always feels good. Such a great chest opener. So if you want to do that full pose, go ahead. I'm going to leave it out today. That is hands here. You're going to go to the top of your head first, and then you're going to lift all the way up. Or you could repeat bridge, or you could just hang out. All right, those of you in the full bridge, go ahead and come all the way down. And then all of us are going to bring our knees to our chest. Let's take your arms to the sides, palms up or down, whatever you like, and then bring your knees over to one side, doesn't matter which. And you're going to look over toward the other hand. Let those knees be really heavy, and or put one hand on the outside of that knee, top knee, to weight it down even more. let's come back up and go to the other side. And depending on how much you're tucked, depending on how high or low those knees are, you're going to experience it in different places in your back. All right, let's bring the knees back up. Okay, and then roll back up to sit for a moment. Let me see our time. All right, so I think it'd be really nice if you allowed yourself now some relaxation time, Shavasana or a Shavasana variation. And the variation that I would suggest taking today is if you have a towel or a blanket or even a bolster's not necessary, you can put that towel, that rolled up towel here, or the folded towel, lie back and tuck your shoulders around it and just relax. Okay? Or the other variation that you could do is you could lie down, but then have nothing, but just lift your chest for a moment. Watch me do this. Lift the chest. Take those shoulders under you like you did in bridge. So the backs of your shoulders are now on the mat. Okay, and hopefully your low back, I know, is off the mat, but hopefully it feels okay. You could even butterfly those knees open here. And that's just a little variation that is a little bit more open in the front of Shavasana. And certainly if it starts to not feel good anymore, then you can just let those shoulders come back to their original shape. Okay, let's lie here together for just a couple of minutes. And certainly you can pause the video and stay here longer too. I'm gonna do, we'll be here together for 1 minute and I'll time that. So if you want longer than 1 minute, which I hope you do, go ahead and pause it. Keep slowing your breathing way down. Try to pay gentle attention to what's happening. Maybe sounds you hear, maybe the air moving on your skin. Any shade or light that's coming through your eyelids. Slowing the breath down even more. Okay, let's start to move now. Maybe make your way onto your side or just rolling straight back up. Okay, come back to a seated shape. We'll end seated. Sitting nice and tall, letting those shoulders relax, maybe even checking back in with them again. Taking the arms out, inhale, reaching up from deep in the belly. Exhale, heart center. Namaste. Be well till I see you next time.